Josh Allen has been great. I think Buffalo, my guess today, I think Buffalo wins the Super Bowl. That's my take. I think this is the best version Josh Allen's had.
Weeks, I'm taking the Bills here, plus 1.5. Josh Allen, I think they find a way to get it done. It's going to be the atmosphere is going to be brutally tough for Buffalo, but I think they're going to gain a ton of confidence, a ton of juice.
Who's the better quarterback in this game?
The better quarterback will be Josh Allen.
Buffalo versus Kansas City. Listen, I can't see a lot of points in this one. Buffalo's finally going to beat Kansas City in the playoffs, and I have Buffalo winning 17-14.
I'm going to pick the Buffalo Bills to go do it. I'm going to pick the Buffalo Bills to go do it.
In reality, I think this is a special year for Josh Allen and these Buffalo Bills. And I picked the Ravens last week because I thought Lamar was going to be able to overcome it on the roll. I just think something about Josh Allen running the ball like he did the last game, making a huge play in this one as what propels Buffalo.
Greeny, I told my
Josh Allen. We're going to be calling it Allenhead.
What a game. What a feeling, man. The Kansas City Chiefs proved everyone wrong once again. Once again, the Chiefs are proving people wrong. And they proved them wrong again, but we have one more thing to do. We got to win the Super Bowl. But the Kansas City Chiefs just won the AFC. Or it's like they thrive off of the doubting, man. Like, they just won the AFC again. Like, these guys are unstoppable, man. Like, wow. So we actually didn't put up 30 points all year. But for some reason in the AFC Championship, we decided to put up 32 points. I knew this offense was hiding their specialty. I knew this offense was hiding how good they are. We all knew it. We knew that the Kansas City Chiefs offense was hiding something. We knew that. And now they proved that they're hiding something. So, but we all know, like, you can hate, you can blame the refs, you can blame everybody. But everyone knows the Kansas City Chiefs, they are a very good football team, man. And the Chiefs, now that they've won the AFC, now they're in the Super Bowl, and they have a chance to get their third Super Bowl win in a row. And obviously, it's going to go through the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, it was a dismantle what they did to the Washington Commanders, right? 55-23. But it's been an entire year now. We've been anticipating the Chiefs beginning, to make a run at history, even like as if they haven't made enough already. The Chiefs, they've had a very unique season. I mean, they've looked as inevitable as ever while looking, I guess, weaker than any past version of themselves, man, which is obviously a weird mix of the course of nature that we've carried for over half a decade now. But the Chiefs didn't look too dominant in 2024, but they finished the season 14-2. Well, sorry, 15-2, and they locked up the top seed in the AFC and a wild card bye. They had a 23-14 win at home over the Texans, which got them to the AFC Championship versus the Bills. And then obviously we battled it out in a thriller against the Bills in the AFC Championship, which got us to the Super Bowl with a 32-29 win. Now, that game was terrifying. That game was absolutely terrifying. When we was down 22-21 in the third quarter, I was starting to get a little nervous, but we regrouped and we ended up taking over the game. And the Chiefs, they could tweak with anyone, man. They could do it with anybody. The Chiefs could go toe-to-toe with any team in the NFL, man. And the Chiefs have won the last two Super Bowls. They've won Super Bowl LIV in Miami 3 years before the first consecutive win in 2023. And they played in 4 of the last 5. Jesus Christ. Unbelievable. They're going in 5. They've been in 5s. Now this is their 5th Super Bowl appearance in 6 years. This is unbelievable. 2020, they beat the Niners in the Super Bowl. 2021, we lost to the Bucks. 2022, we didn't make it. 2023, we beat the Philadelphia Eagles. And then 2024, we beat the San Francisco 49ers. Now, the Eagles will be looking to get revenge, but the Kansas City Chiefs already made history, A team that ever had a chance to three-peat never even made the Super Bowl. So we're past the curse. We're past that. Now it's just time to win this one game, and then we three-peat. And this is absolutely phenomenal, man. Like, this is phenomenal. The Chiefs, they're on their way to being a dynasty. I mean, they already are a dynasty, but the Chiefs are now on their way to winning a Super Bowl, man. I mean, like, you have to deal with it. You have to deal with it. Bills, we've heard it all about the Bills. We've heard it all about the Ravens. Soon, I'm going to actually show y'all some more clips about them saying we wasn't going to make the Super Bowl. We're going to get all the receipts handled with in this video. But, yeah, man, I mean, the Chiefs are always doubted, you know. They're always doubted. Like, the Chiefs, they were just in the Super Bowl last year and then the year before that. But it's starting to look like the same NFL. Like, it's starting to be the same thing. Like, we're starting to see the same patterns. We're starting to see the same sequence. And when I say that, I mean, like, this is how it goes. You know, regular season, Chiefs, you know, they get doubted. Chiefs don't look the same, blah, blah, blah. And then in the playoffs, you know, this team's supposed to beat the Chiefs. No way the team go past this no way the Chiefs go past this team. Then the Chiefs get past that team. Then they face either the Bills, Ravens, or Bengals, and they get doubted. And then they win. Then they go to the Super Bowl and they win again. After getting doubted again. So what we're seeing right now is not normal. You know, like, I understand the Patriots were a very good team. You know, the Patriots were doing what they had to do. But what we're seeing out of the Kansas City Chiefs is something we've never seen before. And not even just the NFL. We've never seen this in sports history. This is something that is, this level of dominance is something that we've never seen. And I'm trying to just, you know, put everybody on notice that we're living in a moment that we may never get to relive. Nobody may be able to be able to relive this. If you're an NFL fan, you have to love this, because this may be the peak years of the NFL. We're going to be, in 40 years, 30 years, we're going to tell our grandkids, or, you know, I'm young, so I don't know. You know what I mean? Probably some of y'all watching this already have grandkids, but you know what I mean. We're going to tell our grandkids, like, yo, that team right there, they did this, they did that, you know, they did this, they dominated. And then when Patrick Mahomes retires, everyone is going to miss the Chiefs. Trust me, that's just how it goes. We do it to the Pats. And, you know, right now we're mad at that. I mean, people are mad that the Chiefs are winning. Then we're going to all miss Mahomes. I'm going to be happy because I'm going to be able to say, yo, I was a fan through all of this and before this. So it is what it is. But, yeah, man, you know, another thing is the AFC is just not good enough to compete with us. You know, like Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, they literally just lose every time against us. Like, it's starting to get bad. They can't win the mental battle, and that's the issue. I definitely don't want to make this video all over the place. This is a very long video, so I'm going to try to talk about things, like, you know, as organized as possible. But, yeah, man, I mean, like I said, like, Allen and, you know, Lamar, they always lose the mental battle. Now, when it comes to us against the Bengals, for some reason, at first it looked like we always just have trouble against them, and we was losing the mental battle. But obviously that has changed. The Bengals, I'm not saying they lose the mental battle, but now it's more of an even matchup. When it comes to the Bills and the Ravens going against us, mentally it's something in their heads that say we can't beat these guys. When they already think like that, we can't beat these guys, we always lose to them. That's why they end up losing these games, because they're already coming into the, you know, the game thinking like, I'm sorry if y'all hear sirens, bro. Jesus Christ, I live in the craziest hood, but let's get back into it. Yeah, literally, you know, they always hear these things about, you know, everything the media is saying, like, oh, you have to finally beat Mahomes, because if you don't beat them this year, if you don't beat him this year, you will never beat him. So when they come into the game thinking like that, I mean, obviously, it's over. You know, you come to a game with that mindset and that type of thought process, then obviously you are not going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. For us to lose, and for this dynasty to quote-unquote end, it has to be a team that we've never beat. You know, it has to be a team that because obviously we beat a lot of teams. When I'm talking about a playoff team we've never beat, like a young team that we've never beat, that's just, you know, just a new, fresh team that's ready to take us and just has the momentum. That'll be the only way this dynasty stops, and I just don't see that happening anytime soon, man. Happened with the Bengals, like I said, they couldn't get the job done, and then we just ended up beating them from there on out, you know. So this Chiefs team is gonna keep dominating. I mean, like, that's just how it is, man. The Ravens and the Bills, you know, the mental battle, that's something that they can't win against us, you know. And that's another reason why the Chiefs keep proving everybody wrong, because while the media thinks that these guys are, you know, who they are, these guys don't even think that they're them dudes themselves. You know, the media thinks that these teams are so good, they're gonna go out there and beat the Kansas City Chiefs, These guys don't even believe that themselves. Even though they try to believe it, they really don't, man. And that's why Sean McDermott coaches so bad against us. That's why Andy Reid always out coaches all these guys, because the confidence we play with and the confidence they play with is two different things. Now let's get into some key factors and some key players that helped us get this, not only get this win, but actually helped us, with this whole 3P thing. So yeah, man, obviously we know, y'all should know some of the guys that's on this list, but first we're going to talk about guys that helped us in this game, to be exact. Key players versus the Bills. Then we're going to talk about key players on the 3P. But Kareem Hunt was an absolute force, man. I mean, 17 carries, 64 yards. I know y'all probably like, is that good? Yes, it is, man, because he gets the runs that's needed. A touchdown, he's a beast on them short yardage runs. Kareem Hunt, he's been an amazing player. I mean, we know when we drafted him how special he was. Sadly, we had to, kick him off the team, but for him to come back and, finally get what he deserves, and for him to have a chance to win a Lombardi trophy is definitely a great story for Kareem Hunt. And he came up big today against the Buffalo Bills. Now, obviously, Patrick Mahomes, man, like, come on, like, is that even a question? Patrick Mahomes, 245 passing yards with 1 passing touchdown, no interceptions, 11 carries. That has to be a record for Patrick Mahomes. 11 carries, 43 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, man. So Mahomes, he's never ran the ball this well in a game before. I mean, this dude literally turned into like, Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson. So that could be a new type of dynamic in this offense. Patrick Mahomes turning into a running quarterback. I mean, he does this every playoffs, but the rushing touchdowns is definitely something different. And Xavier Worthy, I mean, what a phenomenal player he was today, right? 85 receiving yards. That'd be hilarious if he had 85 receptions. That's not possible. But 85 receiving yards, 6 receptions, 101 total yards, 2 carries, 16 rushing yards, and a receiving touchdown. Xavier Worthy, man, his story and, the way he's developed and how great he's been this year, he's a great player, man. I'm glad that he's developing and, he's out there doing what he have to do. And then Juju Smith-Schuster, how could we forget him, man? 2 receptions, 60 receiving yards. He was out there killing it, man. I love what I see under Juju Smith-Schuster. Definitely a great game he had. And that was something very, very good to watch right there, man. Even though it was 2 receptions, he had 2 30-yard gains, and that's pretty impressive. Now, Hollywood Brown with another solid game, 3 receptions on 35 yards on 3 receptions. Pretty all right game. He kind of got the offense going. He got us started. Hopkins, 11 yards, but, it's just, I don't know. Hopkins is just not, he's just not being the Hopkins we know of, but his presence is all we need, and we're going to get him a ring. But Samaje Perine was another important player. That 17-yard catch to ice the game was big, obviously. Now, on defense, I kind of want to say everybody. Everyone did their part on defense, even though it was some broken, not broken, even though it was some bad plays. But we got to give Chris Jones his shout-out, man. He was a big reason why the Chiefs was able to stop that 4th-and-1 play by Josh Allen. That was a big reason. He was a big reason to that, man. And, Mike Dana, give him his props. Turk Wharton, who's had a breakout year. So, definitely love what I seen out of all these guys, and they helped us get the win over the Bills, 32-29. And I also can't forget to give Harrison Butker his props because he had a game-winning field goal. But let's get into the players that was coming up big all season, and that really led us to this 3P. So there's no doubt that, Kareem Hunt is going to be the guy I mentioned once again, man. I mean, he really is a key component to this Chiefs 3P. I know we didn't 3P yet, but he's literally a key element, key piece to this Chiefs team. I mean, look, man, he literally came in off his couch. Like, the dude was at home. He was not on the NFL team. Isaiah Pacheco went down with an injury, and Kareem Hunt came in. He was a beast. I mean, 728 rushing yards, 7 touchdowns. I mean, like, what else can you ask for, right? Like, what else more can you ask for? I mean, he looked very, very good. He was playing great, you know. Good short yardage running back. Like, obviously, he could get you a first down easily on 3rd and 2. Just a running back that can always get you a little closer to that, you know, yellow line that you have to pass to get a first down. And he's had a great year, man. Without him, it's not a guarantee that we're this far right now, you know. Without him, we might not even be close to a 3-peat. That's just the honest truth. But that you could say that for a lot of players on our team, because obviously this is a team sport. Another person, 'cause I'm not gonna just mention the guys that, you know, we all know. Like, we know Mahomes, Kelsey, we know Chris Jones. Like, I'm not mentioning those dudes because we already know how they are. But Xavier Worthy, you know, he stepped up, man. He stepped up big in the second half of the year. I mean, Rashid Rice went down with that injury, and things didn't look, too good for the Kansas City Chiefs. But Xavier Worthy, he stepped up into that role, and he showed why he was a first-round pick. You know, he proved why he was a first-round pick, and he demonstrated it. He demonstrated it, man. You have to accept it. The Kansas City Chiefs, they're going to keep winning as long as they have guys like this. Then, obviously, you got to give DeAndre Hopkins you got to give him a round of applause for what he did as well. Like, I know things kind of got a little weird when he stopped, really doing what he had to do. But his presence alone still scares defenses. They still respect D-Hop, and they know that he's a factor. They still game plan for D-Hop, trust me. And then Hollywood Brown, he set the tone when he came back, and our offense looked very good. We've been literally putting up insane numbers ever since he's been back. So offensively, those are key guys to the 3-peat outside of Mahomes and them. Now, on defense, I have to say George Karlaftis. He led the team in sacks with 8, and then against the Texans, he had 3 sacks. And then he had a pretty good game against Buffalo as well. He was getting some pressures, so we got to definitely say him. Chris Jones, like I said, I'm not going to mention Chris Jones because we already know how it is with him. Leo Chenal, we got to give him his props. He did very good with the blocking field goals and stuff like that. And he's also just a pretty good linebacker. Jalen Watson's another guy. All the games that he was healthy, he played very well. And him coming back definitely helped his defense a lot. His first game back against the Texans, he had a pass deflection. Charles Omeni, who's another guy we got to give credit to. He came back and he changed the whole defensive line. As soon as Charles Omeni, who came back, the defensive line started literally getting way more pressure. He had a sack against the Texans. And then today he had a pass deflection and a tackle for loss. Well, yesterday, sorry. So that's that right there. Drew Tranquil, pretty good. Trent McDuffie, lockdown, shutdown, man. You got to give Trent McDuffie his props. He's been that dude for every year he's been in the league now. That's why he doesn't know how it feels to lose a playoff game. Nick Bolton, another great year by him. He's definitely always going to be a big help to this defense. Now, we talk about special teams. You got to give Nick Remigio his credit. He's a pretty good punt returner, kick returner. Harrison Butker, obviously, he's always on the money. But Matt Ariza is someone that I think the Kansas City Chiefs did good with getting. Tommy Townsend was an amazing punter, but Matt Ariza has been better. He's literally been better. Matt Ariza has been better, man. This dude is insane. This dude is insane. He's the punt god. He's the punt god. And that's what I love. That's what I love to see out of him. They call him the punt god for a reason. But yeah, man, that's the key players that led to the Kansas City Chiefs being in this position. And now, since we're kind of in between, the video and the length, let's get into some more receipts by people that doubted the Chiefs.
This matchup has changed. The Bills are better than last year. They're better than the year before, and I believe the Chiefs are a little lesser than the first 2 years they've just won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think the Chiefs are as good at either offense or defensive line as they were the last 2 years playing there. You've heard me talk about L'Jarius Sneed and all those issues there as far as they're not quite as good on defense in general, right? They don't create the same amount of pressure on the court.
Look, Josh Allen's playing great. This defense is doing enough.
I just think that this Bills team is charmed right now. I think it's Josh Allen's moment. It's his moment to say, look, I've arrived. All you people out there doubted me my entire life, and I'm going to go in there and beat Michael Jordan, and I'm going to prove to you that I have arrived, and I think he will.
I think it's the Bills' time. I think it's the Bills' time to finally knock off the champs and get to the Super Bowl.
I don't know. I don't know what that means. I feel like I'm going to be good or bad luck, and I don't know which direction, but I think I am going with the Bills.
This was Tate's.
So clearly those things that, them guys were saying, it's not true. I could keep on going. I could keep showing y'all receipts, but I might do that again at the end of the video. But yeah, man, none of that was true. I mean, the haters was wrong. The doubters was wrong. That's what the Kansas City Chiefs do, man. I mean, they prove doubters wrong. They prove haters wrong. That's been a trend, for a minute now with the Kansas City Chiefs. And we just see it time and time again. The Chiefs are getting doubted by all these random guys. Like, not random, because some of those dudes are important. Some of those guys are known. But the Kansas City Chiefs, man, they're just being doubted repeatedly, and it's honestly crazy. Now, I know I'm sorry. I'm kind of showing y'all the same clips back to back. Definitely want to try to switch it up. I'm trying not to get copyrighted, man, because that last video that I got 70K on, bro, it got copyrighted like at 50K, and I don't want to tell y'all my business, but, well, I don't know if I could talk about how much I get paid on YouTube. It's not about telling y'all my business, but I don't know if that's a rule or not. But, man, trust me, that 20K extra views, I missed out on some paper. But, yeah, y'all, let's go, man. The Chiefs, I'm just happy that they did what they did. And, I love all my subscribers, man. Like, I feel like we're like a family because we're just on this journey together, man. Like, like, I don't consider y'all as fans. Y'all not fans. Y'all my family, man. Real talk. But, yeah, everybody was wrong. And you seen all those guys, they, hating. Former NFL players as well hating on the Chiefs' success, just really mainly because of the fact that they never came close to any of this, and most of them don't even have championship rings. So them dudes are just haters, bro. We gonna let them hate, though. We'll sleep on that. That's for sure. But let's get into the Eagles now. I'm gonna do a little game preview for y'all because I know we soon hit the 30-minute mark. So let's get into the Eagles. So now let's talk about the Eagles and the Chiefs. So the Chiefs are set to face the Eagles at the Super Bowl for the second time in 3 years. So it was 2 years ago when the Kansas City Chiefs edged out the Philadelphia Eagles in a Super Bowl that was obviously a thriller. Amazing Super Bowl. In my opinion, one of the greatest Super Bowls of all time, and there's no doubt in that. So now you got these two very good teams that's going to end up facing each other once again, and the winner takes it all. The Chiefs dominated the Buffalo Bills, but the Eagles also dominated the Washington Commanders, putting up 50-something points, 55 points. That is something that we cannot overlook. The defense has to be ready. The Eagles, they put up 55 points. So the defense definitely has to be ready to go against a team that's coming off a win like that. That's very big, and you definitely don't want to overlook that team. But the Kansas City Chiefs pulled off the more impressive win, in my opinion, because we actually beat some real deal dudes like Buffalo. They just don't get it done against us, but at the end of the day, they're still a good team, and they're definitely a tough team to beat in the playoffs. But the Eagles, they kind of had a little break because Jaden Daniels, he is a very good player, but at the end of the day, rookie quarterbacks are 0-6 in the NFC Championship, and, everything was just against Jaden Daniels, and, obviously Deron Payne was out on defense, which hurt the Washington Commanders' run game. That's like if we lose, Chris Jones, who's essential. Obviously, Chris Jones is way more of a loss, but I'm just saying, that's like the Commanders' version of Chris Jones, Deron Payne, because he stops the run very well. So for them to lose him, Saquon obviously had a field day. And the Commanders' defense is just nowhere near the Kansas City Chiefs' defense. The Commanders' defense has been a problem all season. So for them to even be to the NFC Championship, that was a great year for them. But both teams are going to have a lot to prove. The Eagles, they're going to want to get their revenge against us. There's no doubt about that. The Kansas City Chiefs, we're going to be looking for a three-peat. So both teams are going to be playing with a huge chip on their shoulder, and no team could overlook any team. That's why I said we must be ready. We got to be ready against these dudes because they're going to obviously try their hardest to beat us, similar to how the 49ers, similar to the 49ers. They're going to try their hardest to beat us, just like how the 49ers was trying their hardest to beat us. But at the end, you know, it's going to be too much to handle when the Kansas City Chiefs will get that three-peat. But if the Chiefs win, obviously, like I keep mentioning, that gives us our 3rd consecutive Super Bowl title. And I remember I told y'all in my previous video, a three-peat has occurred in nearly every other major sport in the United States except for in professional football. So obviously, the Kansas City Chiefs are due to, well, they're not due, but the NFL is due, and the Kansas City Chiefs are most likely going to be that team to do it for them. So, yeah, man. They're led by Patrick Mahomes, who's obviously, you know, at the top of his game right now. And then, like I said, for the Philadelphia Eagles, obviously, the Super Bowl is the team's shot at redemption. We beat them in 2023, 38-35. You know, Philly, they started strong. They held a 10-point lead at halftime, but that lead ended up vanishing in the second half when Patrick Mahomes returned to the game injured and still beat them, you know. Obviously, this is going to be different now, you know. The Chiefs have to go against Saquon Barkley, who's just the 9th player in the NFL history to break 2,000 rushing yards. And even if he played the final game of the Eagles, if he played the final game of the regular season for the Eagles, he probably would have broke that record, to be honest with you, you know. And if the Eagles do beat the Chiefs, it will mark their 2nd Super Bowl title ever, the first of which came in February of 2018 when they defeated the New England Patriots that was led by the greatest of all time and Tom Brady, which is starting to be debatable because, you know, Patrick Mahomes is looking like he's taking that after this, you know, this three-peat that he's going to do. And let's also do a little, you know, brief discussion on some things that can happen in the game and, you know, just things to watch out for. So Nico Remigio, he could either get the opening kickoff for a TD or he could get a super big punt return, you know, similar to what Kadarius Toney did. So be on the lookout for that, you know, the super big punt return or whatever. Just be on the lookout for Nico Remigio, man, because he stood out as a kick returner, you know, in the Chiefs' 2 playoff games. He's returned 7 kicks for 217 yards in those 2 playoff games. That's 31 yards per return. And he could do some Devin Hester joint, man. You know, a 100-yard touchdown on the first play of the game. Who knows, bro? But or a kick return TD after half. Just know this dude is going to do something great. He's definitely going to have some big returns. He's going to have a punt return that's going to be very good as well. I'm telling you, he's going to do some Kadarius Toney type of stuff, man. One thing about the Chiefs, when they win these, you know, these games, special teams usually always play a very big part, man. And y'all know that. Now, something we have to watch out for is Saquon Barkley, because not only is his birthday going to be February 9th, which is the day of the Super Bowl, he also could break a playoff record and a Super Bowl record. He could break a lot of stuff. You know, he's literally about to break the record for all-time single-season rushing yards, you know, in a whole season, if you include the postseason, all that stuff. So, I don't know, bro. He's looking crazy. I don't even want to think about what he might do to the Chiefs' rushing defense, but Sodomy also says that we're going to shut him down. So I don't know. It's really just Sodomy says Saquon's going to explode on us, pause. And then Sodomy says that we're going to shut him down. So I don't know, man. It could go either way. But, yeah. Somebody we also have to watch out for is Zach Braun. You definitely got to watch out for him. He's been a pretty good linebacker. He's recorded 151 combined tackles, 3.5 sacks in the regular season. And we have to definitely, you know, look out for him because he somehow, some way began his NFL career in New Orleans. And now he's going to be playing in the Super Bowl in New Orleans. So we definitely can't let him bug out. Xavier Worthy could possibly win Super Bowl MVP. Obviously, it's most likely going to be Patrick Mahomes again because that's just how it goes. But I wouldn't be surprised if Xavier Worthy won him a Super Bowl MVP. And the reason why I say that is because there's just so much different ways we could use him. And there's just so much different things that he could do. You know, he's very speedy. His first 17 NFL games played, he racked up 742 yards from scrimmage, 9 total touchdowns, and he caught 11 passes for 130 yards and a touchdown, 2 postseason games. He could be the first rookie in NFL history to win Super Bowl MVP. Who knows, man? He could probably put up 200-plus scrimmage yards or 170 scrimmage yards, something like that, and like 2 total touchdowns. And he might be able to, get it. But, bro, it's probably going to be Patrick Mahomes. But outside of Mahomes, Worthy could definitely probably end up being an argument. But like I said, y'all, it's going to be Patrick Mahomes. We already know that. And something else that I want to see us do, let's throw the tush push in the Eagles' face. Let's do it. Let's do it, man. Let's do the tush push. Like, I'm just saying we should try that. I think we should try it. But obviously we're scared to do it with Patrick Mahomes or whatever. So actually, let's not do it. But I was just being funny with that right there. But what we could do is stuff them. Let's stuff the tush push. Let's stop it on a 4th down, just like we did to the Buffalo Bills. And let's show that we're that team that's gonna stop that stupid play. Because man, like, I was literally raging about the play. I hate that play. It pisses me off. And if we stuff it, I'm gonna be so happy. Chris Jones is gonna stuff it. I pray he do. Cause do I hate that play. Jesus Christ, I promise you, I hate the play. Like, that's my least favorite play in the NFL, man. But this 3P is starting to feel inevitable, and I like what I see. The Chiefs are definitely favorites. They're negative 132 on the money line, so that's something to look out for. Definitely should be a Chiefs win. Pretty sure we're wearing the white jerseys again. So, yeah, man. I'm ready, y'all. But, yeah. Let's get into the next chapter of this video. That's going to be Andy Reid. Also, man, like I said, okay, so we're talking about Andy Reid now. But look, y'all, 5 years ago, this would have been unthinkable to consider, man. But look, it's a real debate. And I know this video is about, the Chiefs proving everybody wrong again. But we're really digging deep into, like, why the Chiefs are going to also win the Super Bowl and why they're going to prove people wrong even more by doing that. And then we're also digging into how good, like, this Chiefs team is and why they keep proving people wrong. So keep that in mind. But, yeah, man, 5 years ago, this would have definitely been unthinkable to consider. But it's a real debate now. Who is the better head coach of all time, Andy Reid or Bill Belichick? It's close, but Andy Reid is starting to pull ahead. The only thing that Bill Belichick has on Andy Reid is literally his championship total. He's got 6 to Andy Reid's 3. That's not that bad. But now, Andy Reid could win 4. That's going to be his 4th championship. On February 9th, when Andy Reid wins, that's literally going to be his 4th championship. And that's going to obviously boost the argument in Andy Reid's favor. All of Belichick's notable success came with Tom Brady. Literally all of it. If you look at Belichick's 4 of his 5 seasons with the Browns, they were under 500. 4 of his 6 seasons without Brady in New England were under 500. And Bill Belichick, he was just along for the ride as Brady got in New England the 6 championships. Let's be real. I mean, Brady won without Bill Belichick. Has Bill Belichick won without Tom Brady? Not at all. Not at all. Bill Belichick has not won without Tom Brady, but Brady has won without Bill Belichick. Now, obviously, we can't just say, I'm not going to just put it like that. I did make that sound a little too disrespectful that Brady got in New England. He's along for the ride. I'm joking. I don't mean it like that. But Brady is more of a factor when it comes to that success than Bill Belichick. We could give Belichick his props for putting together some amazing game plans. He's created some historically good rosters around Brady. He definitely deserves a lot of credit. But like I said, he stumbled into the greatest quarterback of all time. Outside of Brady, man, he mismanaged the quarterback position. You can't really, you just can't give Belichick that pass on Andy Reid, bro. I'm sorry, y'all. Brady has had plenty of success, man. And he's had a ring without Belichick. And Belichick just hasn't got it done without Tom Brady. So, Andy Reid. Let's talk about him now. So, Andy Reid, he's created some powerhouse teams with Philadelphia and Kansas City. And Brady's also another reason why this conversation is even close, saving Belichick again, because Brady beat Andy Reid in the Super Bowl twice. Once when Reid was in Philadelphia and another when Reid was in Kansas City. But like I said, Andy Reid created powerhouse teams with Philadelphia and Kansas City. I mean, he won a conference championship. He reached the playoffs 9 times with Donovan McNabb before Patrick Mahomes was even in middle school. Reid has had 5 winning seasons. He had 4 playoff appearances with Alex Smith with the Chiefs too. But then Andy Reid got his generational quarterback, and that's later in his career than Belichick did. So you got to give Reid his credit for recognizing Mahomes' future greatness. He traded up to get him, and Andy Reid might about to be, I'm not going to say might. He is going to win his 3rd straight championship, something that Bill Belichick has never done. So that's why I said Andy Reid is a big reason why the Kansas City Chiefs are doing what they have to do. And Andy Reid may be the greatest coach of all time, and Patrick Mahomes may be the greatest quarterback of all time, and then Travis Kelce may be the greatest tight end of all time. A lot of GOATs on this roster, man. So yeah, man, I mean, Andy Reid, that's another thing. He has a lot of time to win championships, man. His betting, sorry, not his betting window, I'm bugging. But his window to win more championships is wide open. And no matter what happens in New Orleans, even though we're gonna beat the Eagles, the Chiefs are gonna beat the Eagles, but the Chiefs will still enter next year as the betting favorites in the AFC and probably in the whole NFL, man. So like I said, Andy Reid, he's gonna keep getting things done, and obviously, Belichick could only watch it happen while he's coaching UNC. His Tar Heels, but whatever, man. Ain't no type of, I don't got nothing against Belichick, but I'm just saying Andy Reid's the greatest coach of all time, or he's about to be. And like I said, Belichick, he can't do nothing but watch it happen. And Reid is going to be going for 4 in a row and stealing Belichick's legacy out from under him while he's watching the Tar Heels. So that's that right there. Andy Reid, and, he's just doing what he has to do. He outcoaches almost every coach he goes against at this point. It's honestly unreal. The Chiefs, like I said, they're inevitable. And they're just like the New England Patriots, but like I continue to say, man, they're better. And that's the honest truth, And like Andy Reid, at the end of the day, he's the best coach. I mean, the resume just keeps expanding while, we know what Mahomes does, but Andy Reid's offensive strategy and his in-game adjustments, it just enabled the Chiefs to win big games, man. Even with a collection of mid-tier weapons at the skill spots, the Chiefs still went to the Super Bowl, man, with guys like Kareem Hunt and Juju Smith-Schuster making key plays. And the coaching is just what separates the Chiefs from everybody. And that's why I say they're going to easily beat the Eagles. But now we have to talk about Steve Spags. That's the next person we're going to be talking about, and that's the next chapter of this video. So there's literally no doubt that, Spags is the greatest defensive coordinator of all time. Like I said, there's too many GOATs on this roster. A lot of people may not agree with me on, the Spags thing being, him being the greatest defensive coordinator of all time. But I can't name a DC that's better than Spags, I mean, he could do a whole lot more than just dial up extra pressure. He's special. I mean, he knows when to deploy intense heat at just the right times. And obviously, that was never more evident than late against Buffalo. I mean, that exotic look, man, it put instant pressure in Josh Allen's face. And it really sealed the Chiefs' AFC title, man. I mean, Spags, that was an unreal play, bro. That blitz, I kind of never seen a blitz like that. I'm not even trying to glaze what Spags did, but that blitz, man, it literally put instant pressure. Like I said, the pressure was instant. Y'all seen it, bro. The pressure was literally instant. And then it just, it just put the Bills in a frenzy. And Allen, he did have a shot at completing, that pass to Dalton Kincaid. But Dalton Kincaid ended up dropping the pass, which honestly sucks. But, yeah, man, that's that. And, wow, but the defense, I don't know, bro. Because I remember, it's funny, because in the beginning, not in the beginning, but a few years ago, I swear I remember people talking about firing Spags. Spags is trash. Remember that year when we lost to the Bengals in the AFC Championship? People was saying, please fire Spags, But now look what he's doing, man. Look what he's doing. I mean, that blitz attack, that was pretty, that was pretty good right there. That blitz attack was fire, man. I mean, Spags had them dudes in a frenzy, He had them dudes in a frenzy. I mean, he's just been getting a bunch of positive results. And, many of his 12 seasons as an NFL defensive coordinator. I mean, he joined the Chiefs in 2019. I mean, his first 5 seasons, Kansas City Chiefs have won the Super Bowl 3 times, including each of the past 2 years, So he's obviously gonna, end up getting this Chiefs team another one, another ring with his defensive play calls. And I can only imagine what he's going to do to Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles. He's definitely going to put them in a frenzy. It's going to be pretty bad how bad Spags neutralizes them, man. I trust him all the way to have a game plan for Saquon Barkley. Hopefully we're forcing Jalen Hurts to throw the ball. But Spags, he knows what to do, and you always got to put your trust in Spags, man. His defense has been amazing, It looked good against the Houston Texans, obviously. And it looks good against the Buffalo Bills. Week 11, Spags didn't really... that's why I'm convinced that Week 11, that wasn't the real game plan. That was definitely not the real game plan at all. Because when we played the Bills in Week 11, we was doing horrible on defense. We wasn't tackling or nothing. As you can see, that was completely different today. We literally was getting them off the field, as we should. We was getting the Bills off the field, and we was putting Josh Allen in a blender. Let's take a look at what the defense actually did and, how good Spags coached, because let's see how this Bills team looked. So Josh Allen had 237 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. It's a pretty good game, but we held him to 11 carries on 39 rushing yards. So Allen, he didn't really have the game that he normally has against us in the playoffs. Usually it's 300 yards or something like that, but that didn't happen. And actually, Spags shut him down last year, too, as well. So, ever since that divisional round, Spags has known what to do against Josh Allen and the Bills. And he definitely had a plan ready for them. And it's a big reason why we won that, man. He's a big reason why we won that. And if Spags, becomes a head coach, it's going to be very, very hard to replace his talent. So, hopefully, not his talent, you know what I mean? It's going to be very, very hard to replace him as a defensive coordinator and a guy, his talent, even though he's not out there playing, his mindset and, his brain is the reason why he does what he does, So the Kansas City Chiefs is going to be hard for them to replace him. So hopefully we get the hold on the Spags, man, because he is a key to this dynasty and he has to stay so we can keep one of these rings. So now, y'all, we talked about Spags, we talked about Andy Reid, we talked about a lot. And in about 15 minutes or so, this video will be over. So before we end the video, we still got some more things to talk about. So now what we're going to speak about is 10 reasons why the Kansas City Chiefs are even here in the first place. 10 reasons why they keep winning. But mainly 10 reasons on why the Kansas City Chiefs have a chance to three-peat. And you could also kind of say 10 reasons why they will, because I'm also kind of proving that we will three-peat. So that's definitely what we're going to be getting into next. But before we get into that, I want to say, man, y'all got to remember Rashee Rice, he went down for the whole season. But I've been seeing some rumors that he could potentially come back for the Super Bowl. But that's the longest shot of them all. Like, long shot is not even the word. Like, it's a real long shot, trust me. So we're not going to really take them talks too serious. But I still might end up doing a YouTube video on it because content is content. But yeah, man, this Chiefs team, like I said, they just keep dominating, finding ways to win. I mean, they was a very good team and won score games as well and stuff like that. So that's the reasons why the Chiefs are here where they're here today. But yeah, man, we're gonna get into 10 reasons why this Chiefs team why they're in this position right now. And yeah, let's get it. So let's get it, man. Let's get it. 10 reasons. So obviously the Chiefs are inevitable. There's no doubt about that. The Chiefs are heading to the Super Bowl once again. 1 year after literally getting their second Lombardi trophy in a row, the reigning champions end up punching their ticket again by getting past the Buffalo Bills, which means obviously Patrick Mahomes and company will have a chance to, secure a three-peat, which is obviously going to break a record because no team has ever three-peated. But the first reason is that they're just inevitable. I've been saying that, and, I've been saying that this whole video. And the facts is that the Chiefs are just a dynasty. And the facts is that the Chiefs are just that team, and they're just focused. They don't want to lose. They don't like the taste of losing. They've tasted it before. And the Chiefs obviously don't like the taste of losing at all, man. So that's that right there. And, they're kind of like the New England Patriots. Now, I'm sorry that I keep mentioning the New England Patriots, but they're obviously going to be brought up a lot. It's a 1-hour video, and I'm speaking about the Kansas City Chiefs dynasty, so obviously the Patriots are going to have to be brought up. But, yeah, they're kind of like the New England Patriots, man. They're just inevitable. And, it's just a dynasty that is like, you can't be a dynasty by accident. So obviously the Chiefs are just doing something right that other people aren't, and that's what's happening right now. But the Chiefs are a force to be reckoned with when it matters the most. Just proving time and time again that they thrive in the most down to the wire moments. And this win over the Bills marked their 12th one-score victory with Mahomes as a starting quarterback this season. And then Patrick Mahomes, the way he's changed, as a player, has played a big role in these wins as well, because Patrick Mahomes, he was a big play machine when he first got into the NFL, But now he's mastered a very different type of role. Obviously his mobility is insane, and that's something you have to watch out for. And he's not really going crazy for the stat lines, but he's on point as a scrambler when the game is tight. He's on point as a player in general when the game is tight. And against the Bills, he showed it, like literally 2 rushing touchdowns. I've said we don't see that out of Patrick Mahomes. So to see 2 rushing touchdowns, I was shocked as hell, man. And it actually had me hyped. And then, like I mentioned earlier in the video, the third reason, man, Andy Reid remains the NFL's best coach. And he's the second greatest coach of all time, soon to be the greatest coach of all time. Then when you look at our weapons, this is the fourth reason. Travis Kelce, he's obviously a big name at tight end, but the Chiefs' offense mostly functions for its depth, its versatility, and they don't really care about star power, You have speedy guys like Xavier Worthy and Marquise Brown, who's obviously complements to wideouts like Smith-Schuster and DeAndre Hopkins, The fifth reason is the Chiefs control the ball, and that's something that the Eagles does as well. They control the ball. I'm not going to lie. Positive turnover differential. The Chiefs, they don't cough up the ball very often. And that fumble against Buffalo marked Patrick Mahomes' first turnover since mid-November. But they still ended up securing the ball after that. And like I mentioned, Spags knows when to blitz at the right time, so we're not going to talk about that again. But Xavier Worthy, this is the 7th reason. The 6th reason was because Spags knows when to blitz at the right time. But the 7th reason is because Worthy is a home run threat. He's a big player. He's a big player. It has the Chiefs offense have so many different players that can handle the ball once it leaves Mahomes' hands. But Worthy is a breakaway threat. He leads KC in yards per catch with 439. The Chiefs, they stop the run very well, It's crazy, bro. It's crazy, man. Chris Jones, George Karlaftis, they do well, man. They allow 4.1 yards per opponent rush, and that's going to help them against the Philadelphia Eagles. Also, Harrison Butker, he's money in the playoffs, man. He's 15 and 15. He's 15 of 15 on playoff field goal tries since 2023, and they could always rely on him. Trust me. And the other AFC teams are also just not as good as the Chiefs. Like I said, they lose the mental game. I've said that earlier in my video. So that's why the Chiefs are here now, man. That's why they're probably going to win the Super Bowl. And not probably, that's why they're going to win the Super Bowl. And it's honestly good, man. It's not bad for the sport, so I think the hate should stop. Yeah, man, like, it's good for the sport, like I said. And now we're approaching the 50-minute mark, and we're going to have only 10 minutes left in this video. Now, I'm sorry if you have background noise. House be a little active sometimes. But, yeah, man, I'm trying to make, as clean as a video as possible, but a lot goes on in an hour in my house, so you probably just might hear a lot of things. But yeah, man, I love what I've seen out of the Chiefs against the Bills, man. It put a smile on my face to see Juju Smith-Schuster step up. That was definitely something right there. You know, when I seen Juju step up, I was like, wow, man, that had me surprised. But, you know, we know what Juju is. We know how he stepped up big in the playoffs. And I expect him to also step up big in the Super Bowl. So that's that right there, man. But yeah, we gotta have 10 more minutes left in the video. And I'm gonna definitely, you know, put together some more things that, you know, I just want to touch up on before this video ends. But I definitely want to talk about Patrick Mahomes, and that's where we're going to put this whole last 10 minutes into. Pure Patrick Mahomes. And after that, we'll wrap this video up. So Patrick Mahomes, man, like, GOAT is not even a word at this point, man. Like, nah, I know that sounds crazy. I'm probably like, bro, what is that glaze? But, bro, at this point, GOAT is not even the word, dude. Like, this man is just, like, something we've never seen before. And I'm probably really talking like this because I'm really, you know, I'm a Chiefs fan. I'm pretty sure y'all all feel the same way, man. Like, Patrick Mahomes is kind of something we've just never seen before, bro. I mean, Jesus Christ, bro. How does he keep doing this stuff? Like, how does he keep doing this stuff, man? Patrick Mahomes is 23-1 in his past 24 games. Like, this guy just knows how to win. He just knows how to win, man. Like, it's a lot of things that it's a lot of things that's going on in this playoff run that's never happened in other playoff runs. This is the healthiest that the Chiefs have been in the Mahomes playoff run, you know. The offense is now more talented than any Chiefs unit since Tyreek Hill left in 2022, you know. And the Chiefs didn't wait until January to confront their greatest obstacles. This season, they dealt with those obstacles far earlier, you know. Patrick Mahomes, he just owns the AFC, you know. He violates every defense that tries to stop him, and he's just the guy. He's superior, you know. Mahomes is just superior, and that's what he's been proven, and that's just how it is. I'm sorry, y'all. That's just how it is, man. We have to be honest here. Patrick Mahomes, he's just been superior, and he's been unreal. And now the Kansas City Chiefs are now 4-0 against the Buffalo Bills, which is honestly crazy, man. And the history continues. The history continues. But there's no secret that Pat is going to go down as the greatest to do it. I mean, a lot of fans have Kansas City fatigue, you know. But no matter if you're a hater or not, you're witnessing greatness in number 15. You know, Mahomes, he's already accomplished a lot in his first 8 seasons. And them being on the way to Super Bowl 59 after defeating the Bills, it's the 5th time that Mahomes has led the Chiefs to the Super Bowl since the 2019 season. So that's absolutely deadly right there. We know that, you know, Hall of Fame quarterbacks and great quarterbacks, they do whatever it takes to win the game. And obviously Mahomes was just masterful, you know, in achieving that to defeat Josh Allen and the Bills for the 4th time in his career, man. I mean, when you put the ball in 15's hands and, you know, when the game is on the line, he's going to make the best decision. Like, that's the honest truth. He's going to make the best decision. He's going to either find the open guy to pass it to, or he's just going to run it himself. You know, and honestly, Patrick Mahomes is going to go down as the GOAT, and we should all be blessed to watch this. Mahomes completed 18 of 26 passes for 245 yards and 1 touchdown. It was a very efficient game throwing the football, man. The Bills, they played a lot of man coverage. They did very well with guarding Travis Kelce, but Mahomes caused the damage with his feet, you know. We know that Mahomes is a better dual quarterback than Allen. Like, I don't care what nobody says in the playoffs. Patrick Mahomes is literally a better dual quarterback than Allen. He shows it in the playoffs all the time. And Mahomes has legs, man. A lot of people just forget that since Mahomes is such a passer that he doesn't have legs. He has legs. He was phenomenal, man. He was phenomenal. And this Chiefs team is phenomenal. And now the Chiefs are now the 4th team to reach 3 consecutive Super Bowls. And they're going to be going for a 3-peat in New Orleans. And they're going to do it, man. Mahomes is just so unbelievable. His resume is just insane. You know, he now has 2 NFL MVPs, 5 AFC championships, 3 Super Bowl titles, 3 Super Bowl MVPs, 17 postseason wins, which is the second most ever by an NFL quarterback, obviously behind Tom Brady. The dude has 35, Jesus Christ. But he's doing all of this for his 30th birthday, man. And one more playoff win this season, and Patrick Mahomes will be a 4-time Super Bowl champion before his 30th birthday. And he'll be less than halfway to Tom Brady's record of 35 career postseason wins. So Mahomes is chasing greatness. He's not chasing Lamar. He's not chasing Allen. He's not chasing none of these guys. He's chasing Tom Brady. He's only 29 years old, and we haven't seen nothing yet. Like I said, man, it's insane what Patrick Mahomes is doing. He's ending legacies. He's ending careers. And I know you're probably ending legacies. Yes, he is. Let's touch up a little more how Patrick Mahomes is ending other quarterbacks' legacies. So Patrick Mahomes is ending quarterbacks' legacies before they can even start. Jesus Christ, man. I mean, oh my God. Like, oh my God. He's ending people, man. You know, we got Lamar Jackson. We got Josh Allen. For Lamar against Patrick Mahomes, it's an all-the-time problem, you know. Lamar's is 1-5 against Mahomes in general. And then for Josh Allen, it's more of a playoff problem where Josh Allen is literally 4-1 against Mahomes in the regular season. I mean, sorry. Yes, I'm not bugging. Josh Allen is 4-1 against Mahomes in the regular season. And then he's 0-4 against Mahomes in the postseason. And those records, you know, it's not good for guys that's supposed to be historic quarterbacks themselves. Patrick Mahomes is just in a league of his own. And that's the honest truth, and that's what people have to accept, that Patrick Mahomes is in a league of his own. Patrick Mahomes is better, and Mahomes is just him. And even worse for those two QBs, actually, not only if Patrick Mahomes is better, Patrick Mahomes is greater. And I know I keep bringing up this win, but I literally have to. I mean, like, how can I keep bringing it up? Mahomes proved again, you know, in the Chiefs' 32-29 win over the Bills at Arrowhead, Stadium on Sunday night in the AFC Championship game. He proved that he's just in a league of his own, man. I mean, Mahomes has won 9 straight playoff games. That's the second longest streak in the Super Bowl era. He has won 17 consecutive one-possession games, which is the longest winning streak of this, you know, of this kind in NFL history. And that's just what it is, man. I mean, I don't know what else, you know, I don't know what else to say. I don't know, like, how else, like, you can't, like, I don't know what else to say about Allen and Lamar, because these guys are honestly just not getting it done, because Patrick Mahomes is in the league, and Patrick Mahomes just seemed to be the superior guy. You know, he just seemed to be the superior guy over him. And there was a lot that went into this Super Bowl appearance for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Obviously, Spags with the brilliant blitz, you know. It was just amazing. It was amazing. But yeah, man, Mahomes winning 17 consecutive one-possession games just goes to show you he's clutch. That's the longest winning streak of this kind in NFL history. And Mahomes is just scary, you know. Mahomes is just scary, man. 245 passing yards, 43 rushing yards, and 3 touchdowns. He's a heartbreaker. You know, like, I'm not trying to, like, I'm probably like, bro, what are you talking about, bro? Like, you trying to say Mahomes, like, we're in love and he breaks your heart? No. But he's a heartbreaker, bro. He's a closer. He's a stone cold winner. He's greedy, you know, his hunger. And he just doesn't want nobody else to go to the Super Bowl. Like, every appearance has to go to him. And that's how Patrick Mahomes feels. Mahomes is selfish. Not in a bad way, in a good way. You know what, for Chiefs fans, it's a good way. For us, it's a good way. But Mahomes is selfish, man. He wants these appearances to himself. Y'all can't have none. That's how Mahomes looks at y'all. Like, nah, man, y'all just can't have none. You know? And you got to feel bad for these guys, right? Like, even as a Chiefs fan, you have to feel bad for these guys, because Josh Allen, we had him holding back tears in a post-game press conference. We know he wanted to cry. I mean, how can Allen ever even be confident that he'll ever beat Patrick Mahomes? Allen literally just keeps playing good and losing to Mahomes. So eventually Josh Allen's is gonna, I don't know. Hopefully he's just gonna have to pray he don't see the Chiefs in the playoffs, and that'll probably be the year he won the Super Bowl when he finally doesn't see the Chiefs in the playoffs, which probably will never happen. So wow, will never happen because Mahomes is, Allen is literally like the same age, so it's probably just gonna never happen, man. But this is what the great quarterbacks do. They kill the dreams of others. And Mahomes, he's building a resume to be the greatest of all time. Just like Brady kept Super Bowls away from Manning, Drew Brees, and Phillip Rivers, Mahomes is blocking his AFC peers. And the ruthlessness that Mahomes possesses is what's making his way up on the list of greats, man. And he's catching up to Brady in a lot of things. And, Mahomes, he's going to have to continue to build his legacy by devouring Allen, Jackson, Joe Burrow, Stroud, Brock Purdy, Jalen Hurts, devour all these guys. Hurts is going to be Mahomes' next victim. Trust me. It wasn't more than 2 years ago when Mahomes beat Hurts in Super Bowl. I forgot. But I forgot the name. I'm not good with the numbers of the Super Bowl. I don't remember that. But we know in 2022, Mahomes beats Hurts in the Super Bowl. And he's ruthless, man. He's going to keep breaking these QB hearts. He's going to do it again against the Philadelphia Eagles. And Mahomes is just a villain. And everybody has to deal with it. Yeah, man, so if y'all enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, man. I put a lot of time and effort into this video. Hopefully y'all repay me. I mean, I've been doing this video since 1 a.m. and it's like 5 a.m. This is the longest video I've ever done on my channel. But I don't regret it. Trust me, I love that I did it, man. It's been your boy Chiefs Priority. I'm out, man. Peace. Love y'all. Let's go get this 3P, man. Super Bowl bound. We getting it.